Hello, hello. So, today I am checking off the 50 burpees in a day box. Now, let's talk about burpees. I know some of you have already checked off this box, and congratulations on having done so. For those of you who haven't, if you know me, I love burpees. I love all kinds of burpees, and I love them because there's so many different ways you can do them, and you can change them up and add stuff to it that makes it more fun, in my opinion. So maybe I'll show you a few of those as well. But I want to talk first kind of burpee options, because I know not everybody can easily get down to the floor. And for those of you who are coming all the way down to the floor, I want to make sure you're doing it safely so you don't cause injury, especially if you're going to try to do all 50 at once, which I'm not sure I might try to do that. So I'm going to step back here so you can see my full body. And yes, I am barefoot because you know I like to be barefoot, but I have the mat here, so I'm not doing like crazy jumping on it. If you need the support for any kind of impact, make sure you put shoes on. Be safe with yourself. So here is my level 1 burpee. This is for my people who cannot go down to the floor at all or don't want to go down to the floor for whatever reason. And maybe when you get, up to like 40 burpees, this is going to be your option so that you could keep going and get all 50. I don't know. So here it is. So we're going to talk about what the movements are in a burpee anyway. So your first thing is going to be a squat. I like to bring the arms out, just what I do. So squat. So normally this should be your no floor burpee. You're going to squat. One leg, doesn't matter which one, is going to tap back. I always kind of sweep the arm as the tap back. Come back in, stand. That's it. That's your simple no floor burpee. Squat, reach, squat, stand. Whatever you want to do with your arms. If you want to sweep them out, if you want to keep them here and just tap, that's perfectly fine. If when you stand, you want to reach overhead, you want to do a little heel raise, you have lots of options to increase the intensity of that burpee with still never going to the floor. And no, you don't have to go slow. You can squat, reach, squat, lift, squat, reach, squat, lift. I mean, that is still a very good workout without impact, without touching the floor. Now, your next level, I don't have a chair in here, but could be a chair, a bench, a table, a countertop, anything. So instead of just squat and tap back, you would have, say, the chair's right here. You would squat down, hands onto the chair. You could tap one foot back. You could walk both feet back, so you're now in a plank on the chair, and then walk the feet back in and stand. Raise the hands, raise the heels, whatever you want to do. That's a full burpee-ish, but you're bringing the floor up to you. So it takes that getting all the way down to the floor out of it. So remember, that's another option, is that you have hands on an elevated surface, sturdy elevated surface. It could be your stairs. I mean, it could be your countertop. It could be a sturdy chair, a table, whatever works best for you. The lower you get with it, the harder it gets, just like your push-ups, your planks, same kind of thing. But the whole thing of a burpee, I'm going to go through a full burpee slow. And when I say full burpee, I don't always add the push-up in the burpee. I feel like that's a burpee push-up, not just the burpee. So feet wide. I'm actually going to start first. My feet are wide. You can see that. They're not here under my hips. I take my feet wide, and here's why. Even though I have very good hip mobility, I want to bring my hips down below my heart or in line. So I'm not doing this. I'm not putting my hands down with my butt way up in the air. I keep my hips low. I bring my hands to the floor. Now, if my feet are in here, well, I can still put my my hands to the floor. Again, I have good hip mobility. I can put my hands here. It's much less comfortable. It's compressing on my rib cage, which is going to make it hard to breathe, and we need to breathe while we're doing this. But for a lot of people, you're going to do this. Your butt's higher than your heart. I want your butt always to be lower than the heart. It can be in line with the heart, or it can be lower, never higher, because that's how we protect our back. That's how we get the work in the hips and the legs and not the low back. All right? So feet wide. always go feet wide. I have to tell people this a lot, especially in my classes. Remember to take the feet wide. When they're up here by the hands, feet are wide. When they're in the back, they can be narrow, they can be wide. That's your choice. So your burpee, down, hands to the floor. Try not to be fingertips, or I know I do this sometimes where I'm kind of on my fingers. Full palm comes down to the floor. You can walk it back to your plank, nice strong plank. Walk it back in and stand. There's level 3 of your burpee. Level 4 or full burpee, down, hop it back, hop it in, and stand. So that's your burpee. That's your basic burpee. You can add jump at the top. You can add all kinds of things at the top, actually. If you've ever taken my classes, you know we have done a lot of different things with our burpees. You can do things at the bottom. You can add the push-up. There's things in the plank you can do that make it all a lot of fun. So remember your options: squat, tap, squat, stand, or heel lift. Hands come down to an elevated surface. So you're still taking your squat, your tap or walk back to plank, your back in, stand or heel raise. You come all the way down, hands to the floor, walk out to your plank, walk it back in and stand, or full down, back in, stand. And then we go from there with whatever kind of fun stuff we want to add. So I hope that if you are afraid of burpees, if you don't have a love of them like I do, these are some options that will help you get there. It's just like anything, the more you do it, not so much the easier it gets, but the more your body gets used to it and the easier it will feel, the more you'll be able to do and accomplish with it than when you're first starting out. You can hear, just the little demos, it gets my heart rate up already, but it's a good heart rate elevation. Make sure you're breathing. Nice deep breaths, controlling your breath while you're doing it. You don't need to, we don't want to hyperventilate, so control the breath while you're doing it. Trying to breathe through the nose as much as possible. So that is our burpee. Now you can cut off right there, or if you want, I'm going to show you a few fun burpees that I like to do. And these are I'm going to count them because these are going to be part of my 50. So again, feet wide. So down, back, push up, in. That's one. Or down, back. I like to do this bolt where you hop one leg in, other leg stays out. I'm going to do one more like that to get the other side. That's a burpee bolt. That's 3. Down, back, in, punch, punch. 4. Knee. 5. I got to get the other knee. 6. 7. My favorite. 8. I love tuck jumps. Back, hop in, donkey. That one's just a little funky one. That was not. We're gonna do one more. One more. Down, back, in, lunge, lunge. Breathe. So that was my fun little set of burpee. That's 10. I got 5 more sets of 10, or maybe just a set of 40 that I'm gonna do to finish off and check my box off. I hope you check off your burpee box soon if you haven't already, and don't be afraid to ask questions. I'll see you later.